frustrated. He was running on Brandon Hamilton, run a curl pattern, came back to the football, but he didn't have a chance to come back far enough, and Eamon Allen one-hopped it to him.
Well, the BC Lions playing before their biggest crowd of the season, not doing much offensively to inspire the home side. Luke Pasaglia forced to kick.
186.
Pasaglia with a good low kick. This is Stiegel from his 25. Dives ahead to about the 30. 44-yard punt and a 5-yard return for Milt Stiegel. Chris Vargas and the Winnipeg Blue Bombers will go back to work. We mentioned before the game that he's the 8th ranked passer in the Canadian Football League. Winnipeg's offense has the fewest yards, the fewest passing yards, the lowest completion percentage, and the fewest rushing plays in the league this year.
Well, and one thing that defenses know about Chris Vargas, and this is something, it's not a slight against Vargas at all, but he's a straight drop back passer. The guy's only run the ball in 3 years 18 times. So when you're on that defensive line, you know where he's going to be.
Strange because he's pretty agile.
He is. The offense dictates that he drop back pocket passer.
Toss goes to Ron Williams. Williams turned back inside, gets up to the 34-yard line. David Mava up to make the stop along with Leonard Humphreys, the corner.
Brett McNeil was coming around the corner there. Hate to be the defender coming up on that.
That's when you just lie down, right? Hope
Yeah.
they trip on you.
Create a pile.
You're a one-man pile.
Yep.
Turn alert.
Pick up a 5 on the play. It'll bring up 2nd and 5 for Winnipeg. Vargas has his man Stiegel through the middle. Look out. If he gets away, he's gone. And hanging on for the ride is Don Wilson, who just was able to hang on, stopping at the 47-yard line. It's a pickup of 29 yards.
Good read and throw from Vargas to Milt Stiegel, because safety Greg Frere's right here is out of the middle. He's sneaking up. He's poaching is what we call it, playing the curl route. When Stiegel sees that, he goes right to the hole in behind it. And watch Bruce Boyko give his quarterback some time. Bruce Boyko's not going to get the football very much, but he's a great blocker.
To Williams. Dave Chater's able to get there quickly to help make the stop. Williams gets down to about the 45-yard line for a pickup of 2. Now, Chater's with a big grin.
Now, in every situation in 2nd and long or 2nd and medium so far, the BC Lions have sent pressure. Sometimes with Frere, sometimes with David Mieva or Maurice Kelly. It'll be interesting to see whether or not they do it here, because they've been burned a couple times on it.
Gain of 14 yards and a first down, just his 2nd catch of the half.
Well, Gordon, we're just talking about whether or not they'd blitz. David Mieva, Tyrone Chapman, and Maurice Kelly all lined up on the line of scrimmage and then dropped. And when Vargas realized it was zone, got some protection from his front 5 and waited for Alford to open up in the zone.
First down now, Winnipeg from the 30. Williams. Big collision as he into the safety man Greg Frere's, and Frere's limits the gain to a couple.
I talked about Greg Frere's poaching into certain situations, and saw Milt Stiegel get in behind him. One of the reasons you bring the safety out of the middle and poach him up short like that is to help out on the run.
Frere's was with Winnipeg last year, traded to BC, and Jeff Reinbold said, we got Ted Alford for nothing, and we got Ronald Williams for a box of tape. Well, that would be Greg Frere's, the box of tape. You can call me whatever you want. I'm playing.
Well, Jeff Reinbold qualified that statement later by saying he was expendable to us.
Ron Williams with the carry once again. And Winnipeg looked content just to get the field goal there. So the Bombers will try one now as Troy Westwood comes on, the CFL's hottest field goal kicker. Give it a ride from about 33 yards out.
Well, that's one thing this Winnipeg offense has done well this year. They are low in most of the categories. You mentioned it earlier, Gord. They're last in the league in passing and 6th in running the football. Of course, that'll improve after Ron Williams' performance tonight. But one thing they're good at is they don't give the ball away. They protect the football. Coming into this game, they were at league low 3 giveaways. So protecting the football and taking points when you have the opportunity.
From just over 33 yards out, Westwood puts it up and misses it to the left. Eddie Thomas will give up the single point, and Winnipeg's lead is 3.
I don't think Eddie Thomas got the signal before he went on the field. As he caught the ball, then looked to Adam Rita.
Winnipeg misses a field goal, but leads by 3. As CFL Live returns to Vancouver right after this.
Excuse me.
17-14, Winnipeg leads. That's a big miss, though, by Troy Westwood.
It certainly is. I mean, you look at the score right now, BC Lions just need to get into field goal range to tie this football game, and that's a kick that Westwood makes 9 out of 10 times.
That's a capital I, small O, small S. First down for the 35. Damon Allen. Quick drop over the top for Alfred Jackson, and Jackson hand fighting down there. Brandon Hamilton wanted the call, but
no way.
Coming.
No way. That was great coverage by Brandon Hamilton. He was the best defensive back in training camp for the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. He's got tremendous feet and great hips. And he turns and runs with Alfred Jackson.
I beg your pardon.
Okay, now when I say great hips, I should qualify this.
I'm sure they're fine.
No, he's got great quick feet.
Got a nice smile,
no,
too.
Defensive backs have to have
legs.
good.
Nice legs, too.
No, hold on. They have to have good hips to be able to turn and get out of their back pedal.
Oh, okay. Second down, Allen swings it out for Sean Millington. And Millington pushed out of bounds up at about the 42-yard line, and Damon Allen got smoked when he let go of that football.
But Colin Scribner hits him, and he doesn't want to go to Millington, and he hangs on to the ball a little long. Scribner keeps working up the middle on Mike Whitthacombe, and see the hit right under the chin on Damon Allen. When you hold that ball longer, eventually those guys in front are going to get to you.
Basagley to punt now, and Milt Stiegel back to receive, and Stiegel's looking to Bob Cameron on the sideline and said, how far should I go back?
Now, did we straighten out that hips thing? Because I don't want to say that.
You said it. Stiegel picks it up at the 23-yard line and fights his way up to about the 26. That's where the Winnipeg Blue Bombers will have the football when we come back to the stadium at BC Place. Kicks off with a doubleheader, starting with Edmonton taking on Tracy Ham in Montreal. Tracy Ham hurt his ankle in Edmonton this week. We understand he should be back next week. That's followed by Toronto and BC. Doug Flutie, Robert Drummond, and the Argos bring their act here to the stadium at BC Place at 10:30 Eastern, 7:30 Pacific time.
Of course,
football on Thursday night.
Of course, Robert Drummond had that big drive to beat Hamilton 2 nights ago now.
Yeah, I hear you losing track.
Trying to keep up.
On first down, swings it out for Ron Williams. Williams, nice cut. Look at him go. And Leonard Humphreys finally makes the stop. A gain of about 9 yards for Ron Williams.
Really was a nice cut in the open field because Maurice Kelly is working to the outside. You're going to see him try and get outside. Now, because he does that, Robert Holland's going to fill inside. Maurice Kelly's working with Boyko there. One little move, one little shake. That held Maurice Kelly, allowed Ron Williams to bounce to the outside.
Last time the Winnipeg Blue Bombers had the football, they kept it for 5.5 minutes, but got just 1. Now, 3:50 to play in the fourth quarter, and a chance to eat up some clock. Through the middle of that defense, he crosses the 40 to the 41-yard line and gets himself a gain of 4.
The BC Lions defensively have decided to give up the pass, make them pass the football, because Greg Frères is not deep anymore. He's right in here. He's only about 6 yards off the line, and he's been asked to come up and help on the run.
Big play now for the BC be third down. Winnipeg will be forced to punt as we reach the 3-minute warning.
I think even if Alan Boyko catches that one, I think he's about 1.5 yards short anyway.
The BC Lions will get the football back, trailing by 3 when the CFL Live returns to Vancouver right after that. Eskimos lead the West, but the BC Lions can tie them with a win tonight, and actually BC would take over first place because the Lions beat Edmonton. And in the East, it's getting interesting now. Montreal and Toronto tied for top spot. Hamilton's still looking for that first win.
Winnipeg's first win was against Hamilton, and they play each other next week on Friday night.
Yes, you'll be there for that. 22,300 here tonight, the largest crowd of the year for the BC Lions on a beautiful day in Vancouver.
34.
Cameron to punt. Back to receive Andrew English and Al Shipman. And they're in the eye. Cameron trying to keep it away from Shipman, but this is Al Shipman from the 22-yard line. And he is tripped up quickly. A good special teams play made there by Greg Battle.
It really is.
Downfield.
Sorry, guy, it really is. And, you know, the special team coverage has been unbelievable. When you think of the ability of an Al Shipman and a Dexter Dawson that have been returning punts, the coverage teams on both sides of the football have been tremendous. And Jeff Reinbold, big part of that.
There's a 33-year-old guy, Greg Battle, on a hot night indoors, hustling downfield to make a big tackle with 2:29 to go.
The roster's not big enough to have Greg Battle just play defense.
And now, problems for Winnipeg. Nick Ferguson, the corner, is hurt, number 33. And boy, this is a big, big injury for the Winnipeg Blue Bombers because he's been facing off against Alfred Jackson for most of this game.
And the replacement for Nick Ferguson will be Kesley Perrin. Kesley Perrin is 21 years old.
First-year guy at Kent State, a native of Hamilton. Now, what they'll do is they'll move Shannon Garrett to the corner. Perrin will move inside. So there's Kesley Perrin. Shannon Garrett will now move to play corner for the Winnipeg Blue Bombers as Nick Ferguson makes his way out, but he's got to stay out for 3 plays now. What do you do now if you're playing defense for Winnipeg?
Play zone. You're going to have to drop in probably a 3-deep zone defense and not get Kesley Perrin.
Garrett's got the bad hand. He's lined up on Larry Thompson. Damon Allen from the shotgun sends it up for Al Shipman on the receiver screen. Reggie Carthon comes up to help make the stop. It's a gain of 4.
Now this play confuses me a little bit just because we saw Shannon Garrett's hand. We see Kesley Perrin, who's 21 years old, playing in this football game in a crucial situation, both on the right side of the football field, and the Lions throw it the other way. That surprises me a little bit.
Go figure. Now they've got Al Shipman lined up on Shannon Garrett.
And that's one that the Lions will take every single time.
Alfred Jackson has gains of 61, 67, and now 73 yards. Luke Masagna puts it through. A flag comes down. That's a big point after because it gives the Lions a 4-point lead. Now the missed field goal by Westwood looms huge. Penalty against Winnipeg on the point after. That'll be applied on the kickoff. Finally, the Lions turn in the big play, Glenn. Alfred Jackson with a 73-yard touchdown.
Winnipeg decline.
Well, the Winnipeg Blue Bombers are trying to match up in defense, and because of the play design, Alfred Jackson, who's right here, is going to work in, and because of the switches that Winnipeg does, he gets caught up on number 45, Darnell Small. See, Darnell Small lets Larry Thompson go and then is locked up on Alfred Jackson, and Darnell Small is quick, but not that quick.
How significant is the loss of Nick Ferguson on that play?
Well, it's huge because Kelsey Perrin, who's going to just take off and run, he's not going to be able to help at all on Darnell Small. But what it does is it throws the whole chemistry of the defense off, and Darnell Small has no chance. I mean, if Nick Ferguson is in the football game, they may not even play that defense.
Now the kickoff return for Milt Stegall. Stegall gets out to the 35-yard line. 1:51 to go in the fourth quarter. The Winnipeg Blue Bombers have the ball back. Now, think about this. Troy Westwood missed that field goal. Had he made that, all Winnipeg would need to do would be get in a field goal position to win the game.
And he's a lonely guy on the sideline right now.
Only his second miss of the year. Started from the shotgun at their own 34-yard line. Crowd's into it now. Vargas under pressure. Can't find anywhere to go. Drop. B.J. Gallup. Fourth sack of the game for BC.
The Lions, Gord, who have been sending pressure for most part of this game, dropped off into a three-deep zone, and the play that Vargas had called had most of his receivers going deep. When he doesn't find anyone, B.J. Gallup has a chance to keep working on Chris Perez and finally comes up with the sack.
Second down. Vargas all day. Almost intercepted. Right through the hands of David Mava. 1:31 to play. Jeff Reinbold will punt.
The Lions go with a three-man rush. That's why Chris Vargas has lots of time. There's just three. 1, 2, 3 right here on the rush. He's got lots of time because he's got 5 guys blocking. The problem is there's a ton of defensive backs back there covering because of the three-man rush, and he can't find anybody open.
Al Shipman is back to receive the punt. David Mava turning in another big performance for the BC Lions. Low snap. Cameron kicks a beauty. Shipman from the 35-yard line. A flag comes down. That'll be no yards of the 15-yard variety. Great battle now to make the stop. Shipman makes the catch. And now that no yards penalty is really going to cost Winnipeg.
No yards. Winnipeg 24.
Winnipeg's Andrew Henry is called for no yards. And this will send the BC Lions out close to midfield. They'll start their own 50.
And now, Gordon, with 1 minute and 20 seconds left in this game, the Lions have not run the ball at all tonight. Now, when they can't run the ball successfully and burn up the rest of this time on the clock, you could see Winnipeg get one more chance at it.
BC has 23 yards rushing in the game. 29 of them on a carry by Damon Allen. They were -6 before he took off.
And Kelsey Perrin is still in the ball game.
Shannon Garrett at the corner. Allen. He's going to take off himself. Don't go out of bounds. He realized it just before he got there and tried to sit down. And he does up at the 51-yard line. Suddenly Damon Allen just pulled the chute there because he wanted to go out and stop the clock.
Now, usually when you see a play like that, there's some pulling guards, maybe a pulling tackle out there, but I think that Damon Allen just sort of wrote that one in the turf. Okay, I'm going to take it, just run with it to the right. Corey Philpott is definitely injured. He's in the game, but Adam Reeder reluctant to turn around and hand him the football. He doesn't want him to get pounded.
No gain of the play. It's 2nd and 10. Trying to set up the screen, nothing to do it, so Allen will take off and get up to midfield. The Bombers saw it coming, and Allen had to take off. He took a whack at the end of that play from Dwayne Knight.
Well, Dwayne Knight, and little credit to the youngster Kesley Perrin as well, because he played off in the zone. He's a good athlete. He's probably real nervous right now. Broke up and helped in on this tackle. Dwayne Knight's going to track him down, but Kesley Perrin is on the other side, number 13 right there.
Now with 50 seconds to play in the 4th quarter, Winnipeg takes its time out. So the clock will not start until Luke Bisaglia punts the football. One problem for Winnipeg, and it's the problem the Bombers have had for years, is returning punts. Shalon Baker began the game as their punt returner, but he's hurt. So Milt Stegall, who doesn't do it very often, is back there to return this kick. With 50 seconds to go, the Bombers could really use a big return. Bisaglia drives it deep. It's returnable, though. Stegall from the 12. And he's collared right away by Peter Miller. Number 91, who gets down to make the stop. And the Bombers will be hemmed in deep, starting at their own 27-yard line with 40 seconds to go.
Well, 40 seconds is enough time. You get in the hurry-up offense. It's enough time to move the football down the field, but you're going to need at least one of these plays in this drive. Has to be about 25, 30 yards. And you know the Lions are going to drop off deep in the zone and make the Winnipeg offense throw it underneath.
40 seconds to go. Winnipeg has led for most of the football game, but now trailed by 4. And it is live. Flags are down. Vargas for Ron Williams, wide open. Williams out of bounds up to the 40-yard line. Now, what's the flag?
Flag down.
Well, the play only took 6 seconds, and it's against the Lions.
Offside against BC. Winnipeg will decline that.
Offside. BC 96. Declined.
Virgil Robertson is called for offside. He might have just lined up there.
Yeah, you see right here. Here's the line of scrimmage.
Whoops.
Virgil Robertson lined up too close.
First down, Winnipeg. Look out. Dragged down from behind. B.J. Gallus again. 5th sack for BC. 3rd for Gallus. What an impression he is making. The 22-year-old in his first year.
Well, the free safety had to go the ex-free safety had to go a long way around Chris Perez to get there, but he used his quickness and kept working.
27 seconds to go. 2nd and 13.